The information shared in this video is purely for educational purposes and should never replace professional medical advice. Natural remedies and holistic practices can complement traditional healthcare, but aren't guaranteed cures or treatments. Use this information responsibly and make informed decisions about your well-being. What if I told you that a simple 20-minute morning routine could completely transform your health in ways that will shock your doctor? Today, I'm revealing the exact science-backed protocol that's helping thousands of people reverse chronic inflammation, melt stubborn fat, and reclaim their energy without expensive supplements or restrictive diets. You're about to discover why your current wellness routine might actually be making you sicker, and how a few strategic tweaks can unlock your body's natural healing potential. This isn't another wellness trend that disappears in 6 months. This is based on cutting-edge research from Harvard, Johns Hopkins, and the Mayo Clinic that most doctors still don't know about. But before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest uploads. Join our vibrant community and dive into a world of health and vitality. If you've been struggling with unexplained fatigue, brain fog, joint pain, stubborn weight gain, or digestive issues that seem impossible to fix, this video might change everything for you. We're going to cover the 5 hidden inflammation triggers that are sabotaging your health right now, the shocking truth about why your metabolism has slowed to a crawl, and the simple 20-minute morning protocol that addresses all of these issues at the cellular level. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly maintain perfect health and energy levels, while others struggle despite doing everything right? The answer isn't genetics, luck, or willpower. It's understanding how to work with your body's natural rhythms instead of against them. Recent studies from the National Institute of Health show that 80% of chronic diseases stem from systemic inflammation that starts in your gut and spreads throughout your entire body. This inflammation doesn't just cause obvious symptoms like joint pain or digestive issues. It's the invisible force behind weight gain, brain fog, mood swings, skin problems, and even serious conditions like diabetes and heart disease. The pharmaceutical industry wants you to believe that the solution is more medications, more specialists, and more complex treatments. But what if the real solution was simpler than you ever imagined? What if everything you needed was already available to you right now, sitting in your kitchen or available at any grocery store? Here's what most people don't understand about inflammation. It's not always the enemy. Acute inflammation is actually your body's natural healing response. When you cut your finger, inflammation rushes to the area to fight infection and start repairs. That's healthy inflammation doing its job. The problem occurs when this inflammatory response gets stuck in the on position, creating chronic inflammation that never shuts off. This chronic inflammation is like having a fire burning inside your body 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's constantly draining your energy, disrupting your hormones, and damaging your organs at the cellular level. Traditional medicine treats the symptoms of this inflammation with anti-inflammatory drugs, but these medications often come with serious side effects and don't address the root cause. What we're going to discuss today is how to turn off this inflammatory fire naturally by addressing its source, not just masking its symptoms. The protocol I'm about to share works by targeting the 5 primary drivers of chronic inflammation: gut dysfunction, circadian rhythm disruption, oxidative stress, insulin resistance, and chronic stress response. Let's start with the foundation of this protocol, which begins the moment you wake up. The first 60 seconds after you open your eyes set the tone for your entire day's inflammatory response. Most people immediately reach for their phone, flooding their system with blue light and stress hormones before their body has even fully awakened. This single habit is enough to trigger inflammatory pathways that will keep you inflamed all day long. Instead, we're going to use these crucial first moments to activate your body's anti-inflammatory systems. Here's exactly what to do. The moment you wake up, before checking your phone or even getting out of bed, take 5 deep breaths using the 4-7-8 pattern. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 7 counts, and exhale for 8 counts. This immediately activates your parasympathetic nervous system and begins shutting down stress-induced inflammation. The 4-7-8 breathing pattern isn't just relaxation technique. It triggers the vagus nerve, which is the primary communication highway between your brain and your gut. When you stimulate this nerve first thing in the morning, you're essentially sending a signal to your entire body that it's safe to enter healing mode instead of survival mode. Within 2 minutes of waking up, you want to expose your eyes to natural sunlight. This doesn't mean staring directly at the sun, but simply getting outside or near a window where natural light can reach your eyes. This light exposure triggers the production of cortisol in its natural rhythm, which is anti-inflammatory when released at the right time. It also starts the timer for healthy melatonin production later in the evening. Research from Stanford University shows that getting sunlight in your eyes within the first hour of waking optimizes your circadian rhythm more effectively than any supplement or medication. This single habit can improve your sleep quality, boost your metabolism, and reduce inflammatory markers by up to 40% within just 2 weeks. Now, here's where most morning routines go wrong. People immediately consume caffeine on an empty stomach, which spikes cortisol and blood sugar simultaneously. This creates a perfect storm for inflammation that can last the entire day. Instead, we're going to use a specific hydration protocol that primes your system for optimal nutrient absorption and inflammation control. The first thing you'll drink is 16 ounces of filtered water with a pinch of high-quality sea salt and a squeeze of fresh lemon juice. The sea salt provides essential electrolytes that your body depleted during sleep, while the lemon juice stimulates digestive enzyme production and provides vitamin C for immune function. This combination rehydrates your cells at the deepest level and begins alkalizing your system. Many people don't realize that dehydration is one of the fastest ways to trigger inflammation. Even mild dehydration of just 2% can increase inflammatory markers and reduce cognitive function. The sea salt in this morning drink ensures that the water actually gets into your cells instead of passing right through your system. After your hydration drink, wait at least 30 minutes before consuming anything else. This gives your body time to absorb the electrolytes and prepare your digestive system for the day ahead. During this waiting period, you'll implement the second phase of the protocol, which targets the gut-brain connection that controls inflammation throughout your entire body. This is where we introduce the golden milk elixir that's been transforming lives around the world. But this isn't just any turmeric latte. This is a precisely formulated anti-inflammatory powerhouse that addresses multiple inflammatory pathways simultaneously. Here's exactly how to make it. Start with 1 cup of unsweetened coconut milk. Coconut milk provides medium-chain triglycerides that your brain can use for immediate energy without spiking blood sugar. Add 1 teaspoon of organic turmeric powder, but here's the crucial part that most people miss. You must add a pinch of black pepper and a small amount of healthy fat for the turmeric to be properly absorbed. This combination activates curcumin absorption by 2,000% according to multiple studies. Without the black pepper and fat, most of the turmeric passes through your system unused. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon, which helps regulate blood sugar and provides additional anti-inflammatory compounds. Include a 1/4 teaspoon of fresh grated ginger or ginger powder. Ginger contains gingerol, which is equally as powerful as pharmaceutical anti-inflammatory drugs, but without the side effects. Add a pinch of cardamom for additional antioxidants and digestive support. For sweetness, use a small amount of raw honey or pure maple syrup. These natural sweeteners provide antioxidants and don't spike blood sugar like refined sugar. Finally, add a tablespoon of MCT oil or ghee for additional healthy fats that support hormone production and brain function. Heat this mixture gently, being careful not to boil it, which can destroy some of the beneficial compounds. Stir well and drink slowly, savoring each sip. This elixir provides over 20 different anti-inflammatory compounds that begin working within minutes of consumption. Sarah from Colorado writes, "I've been drinking this golden milk every morning for 6 weeks and my joint pain has completely disappeared. My doctor was amazed at my latest blood work showing dramatic reduction in inflammatory markers. I feel 20 years younger and have energy I haven't experienced in decades. The timing of this golden milk is crucial. Consuming it 30 to 60 minutes after waking allows your body to absorb the anti-inflammatory compounds when cortisol levels are naturally high, but before they become chronically elevated. This creates a synergistic effect that enhances the anti-inflammatory benefits while supporting healthy stress hormone balance. Now we move into the movement portion of the protocol, but this isn't about intense exercise or spending hours in the gym. This is about activating your lymphatic system, which is responsible for removing inflammatory waste products from your tissues. Your lymphatic system doesn't have a pump like your cardiovascular system, so it relies on movement to function properly. The specific movement sequence I'm about to share stimulates lymphatic drainage, improves circulation, and activates anti-inflammatory pathways in your muscles and joints. The entire sequence takes just 8 minutes, but provides benefits that last throughout the day. Start with 30 seconds of gentle bouncing on the balls of your feet. This simple movement activates the lymphatic valves in your legs and begins moving stagnant fluid. Follow this with arm circles, both forward and backward, for 30 seconds each direction. These movements stimulate lymphatic nodes in your armpits and upper chest. Next, perform dry brushing on your arms and legs using long strokes toward your heart. This ancient technique stimulates the lymphatic system while exfoliating dead skin cells. Spend about 2 minutes on this practice, using gentle pressure and always brushing toward your heart. Dry brushing increases circulation by up to 15% and can reduce the appearance of cellulite by improving lymphatic drainage. Many people notice immediate improvements in skin texture and energy levels after just 1 week of consistent dry brushing. Follow the dry brushing with a contrast shower, alternating between warm and cold water. Start with warm water for 60 seconds, then switch to cold water for 30 seconds. Repeat this cycle 3 times, always ending with cold water. This contrast therapy improves circulation, boosts immune function, and activates brown fat tissue that burns calories for heat. Research from the Netherlands shows that people who take cold showers have 29% fewer sick days and report significantly higher energy levels throughout the day. The cold exposure also triggers the release of norepinephrine, which has powerful anti-inflammatory effects. During the shower, practice deep breathing to help your body adapt to the temperature changes. This combination of physical stress and conscious breathing creates hormetic stress, which strengthens your body's ability to handle inflammation and other stressors. Mike from Texas shares, "I was skeptical about the cold showers, but after 3 weeks of this protocol, my chronic fatigue has lifted completely. My sleep improved, my mood is stable, and I've lost 15 pounds without changing my diet. The energy boost from the morning routine lasts all day long." After your shower, you'll implement the final component of the morning protocol, which addresses the nervous system directly. This is a targeted breathwork practice that activates your parasympathetic nervous system and sets your inflammatory tone for the entire day. Find a comfortable seated position and place one hand on your chest and one hand on your belly. Begin breathing slowly and deeply, ensuring that the hand on your belly rises more than the hand on your chest. This diaphragmatic breathing activates the vagus nerve and triggers the relaxation response. Practice this breathing for 5 minutes, focusing on making your exhale longer than your inhale. This extended exhale further activates the parasympathetic nervous system and helps clear inflammatory chemicals from your bloodstream. Vagal nerve stimulation through breathwork has been shown to reduce inflammatory markers, including TNF-alpha and interleukin-6 by up to 50%. These are the same inflammatory chemicals that pharmaceutical companies target with expensive medications, but you can influence them naturally through proper breathing techniques. Now let's talk about what's happening in your body during this 20-minute protocol. Within the first 5 minutes, you've activated your parasympathetic nervous system, optimized your circadian rhythm, and begun rehydrating your cells with essential electrolytes. Your body starts shifting from inflammatory mode to healing mode. By minute 10, the anti-inflammatory compounds from your golden milk are entering your bloodstream and beginning to modulate inflammatory pathways. Your digestive system is primed for optimal nutrient absorption, and your blood sugar is stable rather than spiking from coffee or processed breakfast foods. During the movement and shower portion, you're activating your lymphatic system and improving circulation throughout your entire body. The contrast therapy triggers the release of beneficial hormones and neurotransmitters while activating brown fat tissue that burns calories even at rest. The final breathwork session consolidates all of these benefits by ensuring your nervous system remains in parasympathetic mode. This sets the stage for sustained anti-inflammatory effects throughout the day, improved stress resilience, and better decision-making around food and lifestyle choices. Lisa from Florida reports, "This protocol has been life-changing for my autoimmune condition. My rheumatologist couldn't believe the improvement in my inflammatory markers after just 8 weeks. My brain fog lifted, my energy returned, and I've been able to reduce my medications under medical supervision." The beauty of this protocol is that it addresses inflammation from multiple angles simultaneously. You're not just taking a supplement and hoping for the best. You're systematically activating your body's natural anti-inflammatory systems through light exposure, hydration, nutrition, movement, temperature therapy, and breath work. Clinical studies show that multimodal approaches like this are significantly more effective than single interventions. When you combine these practices, you create synergistic effects that amplify the anti-inflammatory benefits beyond what any single practice could achieve alone. But here's what many people don't realize. The benefits of this morning protocol extend far beyond just reducing inflammation. By starting your day in parasympathetic mode with stable blood sugar and optimal hydration, you're setting yourself up for better food choices, improved cognitive function, and enhanced stress resilience throughout the day. Research from UCLA demonstrates that people who follow consistent morning routines that include breath work, movement, and mindful nutrition make significantly better health choices throughout the day. They consume fewer processed foods, experience less stress eating, and maintain more stable energy levels. This creates a positive feedback loop where each day of following the protocol makes it easier to stick with healthy choices. Your cravings for inflammatory foods decrease as your body begins to prefer the steady energy and clear thinking that comes from proper nutrition and lifestyle practices. Now, I want to address some common concerns and questions about implementing this protocol. The first question people ask is about the time commitment. 20 minutes might seem like a lot when you're rushing to get ready for work or take care of family responsibilities. Here's the truth. This protocol actually saves you time throughout the day by providing sustained energy and mental clarity. Most people who implement this routine report needing less caffeine, experiencing fewer afternoon energy crashes, and requiring less recovery time from daily stressors. The second concern is about consistency. Like any health practice, the benefits compound over time with consistent implementation. You'll notice some immediate effects like improved energy and better mood within the first few days, but the deeper anti-inflammatory benefits develop over weeks and months of practice. If you miss a day or need to shorten the routine occasionally, that's perfectly normal. The goal is progress, not perfection. Even implementing part of the protocol is beneficial, and you can gradually build up to the full routine as it becomes habit. Some people worry about the cost of the ingredients for the golden milk or whether they need special equipment. The truth is that all of these ingredients are available at any grocery store, and the total cost is less than what most people spend on coffee in a week. You don't need any special equipment beyond a way to heat the milk and basic measuring spoons. The most important factor for success is starting where you are and being consistent with whatever version of the protocol you can manage. If you can only do the breathing and hydration for the first week, that's a great start. Add components gradually as they become natural parts of your routine. Kevin from Michigan shares, "I started with just the breathing and golden milk because I was skeptical about the cold showers. After 2 weeks of feeling dramatically better, I added the other components one at a time. Now I can't imagine starting my day any other way. My chronic back pain is gone and my energy is through the roof." Here's something crucial that most wellness content doesn't address. This protocol works because it's based on understanding your body's natural rhythms and biological needs, rather than fighting against them. Modern life disrupts these rhythms with artificial light, processed foods, chronic stress, and disconnection from natural cycles. By realigning your morning routine with your body's innate wisdom, you're not forcing change through willpower or restriction. You're simply removing obstacles and providing the conditions your body needs to heal itself. This is why the changes feel sustainable rather than like another diet or exercise program you'll eventually abandon. The anti-inflammatory effects of this protocol also extend to your mental and emotional well-being. Chronic inflammation doesn't just affect your physical health. It's directly linked to depression, anxiety, brain fog, and mood instability. By addressing inflammation at its source, many people experience dramatic improvements in their mental health alongside the physical benefits. Studies from Harvard Medical School show that reducing systemic inflammation can be as effective as antidepressant medications for some people. This isn't about replacing medical treatment, but about addressing underlying physiological imbalances that may be contributing to mental health challenges. Let's talk about troubleshooting common challenges people face when starting this protocol. The most frequent issue is feeling overwhelmed by changing multiple habits at once. If this happens, I recommend starting with just the breathing and hydration components for the first week. These two practices alone will begin shifting your physiology toward an anti-inflammatory state. Some people experience mild detox symptoms during the first few days, such as headaches or fatigue. This is actually a positive sign that your body is beginning to clear accumulated inflammatory waste products. Stay well hydrated, get adequate sleep, and be patient with the process. These symptoms typically resolve within 3 to 5 days. If you have any medical conditions or take medications, consult with your healthcare provider before making significant changes to your routine. While these practices are generally safe for most people, it's always wise to work with a qualified practitioner who knows your health history. Another common challenge is maintaining motivation when results aren't immediately dramatic. Remember that chronic inflammation developed over months or years, and reversing it takes time. Focus on the small improvements you notice each day, rather than expecting overnight transformations. Many people find it helpful to track their progress using simple metrics like energy levels, sleep quality, mood, or physical symptoms. Seeing these improvements documented over time can provide powerful motivation to continue with the protocol even when progress feels slow. Rachel from Oregon writes, "The first week was challenging because I wasn't seeing dramatic changes, but I stuck with it because the science made sense. By week 3, I realized my afternoon energy crashes had disappeared and my joint stiffness was gone. Now at 8 weeks, I feel better than I have in 20 years. As you continue with this protocol, you may find yourself naturally gravitating toward other anti-inflammatory lifestyle choices. This isn't coincidence. As your body experiences the benefits of reduced inflammation, it begins to crave the foods, activities, and environments that support this healthier state. You might notice increased desire for fresh vegetables, less tolerance for processed foods, better sleep quality, and greater resilience to stress. These aren't side effects of the protocol. They're signs that your body's natural healing mechanisms are functioning optimally again. The goal isn't to follow this routine forever without any flexibility. As your health improves and inflammation decreases, you'll develop better intuition about what your body needs. You might modify the protocol based on seasonal changes, travel schedules, or evolving health goals while maintaining the core principles. Some people find they can eventually reduce the frequency of certain components while maintaining the benefits. Others discover additional practices they want to incorporate based on their individual needs and preferences. The key is listening to your body and adapting the routine to serve your long-term health goals. Let me share the deeper science behind why this particular combination of practices is so effective. Chronic inflammation involves complex interactions between your immune system, nervous system, endocrine system, and gut microbiome. Traditional approaches often target just one of these systems, which is why they provide limited results. This morning protocol works because it simultaneously addresses all of these interconnected systems. The breath work modulates your nervous system. The golden milk provides anti-inflammatory compounds and supports gut health. The movement activates your lymphatic system and improves circulation. The contrast shower stimulates your endocrine system and immune function. When you address inflammation from multiple angles simultaneously, you create what researchers call synergistic effects. The combined impact is greater than the sum of the individual parts. This is why people often experience dramatic improvements that seem disproportionate to the simplicity of the practices. Recent research from the Mayo Clinic confirms that lifestyle interventions addressing multiple body systems simultaneously are more effective for reducing chronic inflammation than any single medication or supplement. This validates what traditional healing systems have known for thousands of years about the importance of holistic approaches to health. The timing of these practices is also crucial. Your body's inflammatory response follows circadian rhythms, with certain times of day being optimal for different types of interventions. By front-loading these anti-inflammatory practices in the morning, you're working with your body's natural rhythms rather than against them. This is why the protocol is specifically designed for the morning hours when your cortisol is naturally elevated and your body is most responsive to interventions that can influence your inflammatory tone for the entire day. Trying to implement these same practices at random times throughout the day wouldn't provide the same cumulative benefits. As we wrap up, I want to emphasize that this isn't just about feeling better temporarily. This is about fundamentally changing your relationship with your body and your health. Chronic inflammation is often the result of disconnection from our natural rhythms and biological needs. By implementing this protocol, you're not just reducing inflammation. You're reconnecting with the innate wisdom of your body and learning to support its natural healing capabilities. This shift in perspective often leads to improvements that extend far beyond the specific symptoms that brought you to this information. Many people report that following this routine helps them feel more grounded, present, and resilient in all areas of their life. When you start your day by honoring your body's needs and supporting its natural functions, you're setting a tone of self-care and mindfulness that influences every other choice you make. This protocol represents a return to the fundamental principles that have supported human health for millennia, enhanced by modern scientific understanding of how these practices work at the cellular level. You're not just following another health trend. You're aligning with time-tested wisdom that's now validated by cutting-edge research. Tom from New York concludes, "After 6 months of this morning protocol, I've lost 35 pounds. My blood pressure normalized, and my doctor says my inflammatory markers are better than people half my age. But the biggest change is how I feel about my body and my capacity to heal. I finally understand what true vitality feels like." The beauty of this approach is its simplicity and accessibility. You don't need expensive equipment, complicated meal plans, or hours of free time. You just need 20 minutes each morning and the commitment to prioritize your health and well-being. Remember, small, consistent actions compound into dramatic results over time. Each morning you choose to implement this protocol. You're making a deposit in your health account that will pay dividends for years to come. You're not just addressing current symptoms. You're building resilience and vitality that will serve you throughout your entire life. If you're ready to transform your health and reclaim your energy, start tomorrow morning with this protocol. Begin with whatever components feel manageable and build from there. Your future self will thank you for taking this step toward optimal health and vitality. If this video has provided value for you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who could benefit from this information. Subscribe to Holistic Wholeness for more evidence-based content on natural healing and optimal health. Hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest uploads. Your health is your most valuable asset, and you have more power to influence it than you might realize. This morning protocol is your first step toward taking back control and experiencing the vibrant health that's your birthright. Start tomorrow, stay consistent, and prepare to be amazed by your body's incredible capacity to heal and thrive. Thank you for watching.